Hello, this is my Pokemon Battlefield review series where I review the best battles in the Pokemon anime. In this video, I'm gonna kick off the series with the classic Ash vs Gary full battle match in the Johto League. Since Ash is high up in the leagues at this point, they're allowed to use a full team of 6. The battlefield goes to rock, and it's game time. Gary throws out Nidoqueen and Ash throws out Tauros. And we already know Gary has the upper hand here by going Nidoqueen because it's a ground type on a rock battlefield. Gary, he knows what he's doing. Ash just kind of sends out Tauros with no real plan, so he has to improvise halfway through the match. And the only thing he can do is charge straight into Nidoqueen's face, which, as you can tell, didn't serve him well. Ash's next Pokemon he sends out is Heracross to counter Gary's Nidoqueen, but Gary anticipated Ash's move and throws out Magmar, and again, Ash is in trouble. But what does Ash do? He does what Ash does best, and completely breaks logic. Like, just look how dumb this is. Heracross puts out literal fire with his tiny flimsy wings. You gotta love the old gen logic. So since now Heracross has achieved ultimate plot armor and defines all logic, he defeats Magmar, and it's a tie game. Things really can't get any weirder until Gary throws out his Blastoise. God Rowlet knows why, however, in a subtle way, this kind of worked in Gary's favor. He makes quick work of Heracross, so Ash is now struggling because he is caught off guard by Gary using Blastoise, so he tosses in Muck. Muck can't do anything because he's Muck. I'm just kidding, guys, I love Muck. So he sort of flops around for a little while until getting hydro pumped into oblivion. Ash calls back Muck because he's basically useless, and then thinks, oh, I can win by using Bayleaf, because it's a grass type, and grass beats water. Not in the anime. Currently, Gary's Blastoise has taken down 2 of Ash's Pokemon in the first few minutes of the fight. They reach the halftime mark, which I still don't understand why halftimes were ever even a thing. It doesn't really make much sense in Pokemon other than, I guess, the plot, which is probably why they were removed and never brought back as far as I know. After getting a little pep talk by our heroes, we come back right where we left off, except Gary sends out Arcanine rather than Blastoise. Honestly, fair enough. I think it's about time we see another one of Gary's Mons, but it's not going to be a very long battle since he's going against Ash's hacked Snorlax. Literally one Hyper Beam later, and Gary sends back Nidoqueen. Now Gary has to think outside the box to defeat busted Snorlax, so he copies and pastes Ash's jumping strategy he did earlier with Bayleaf. Except that didn't seem to work out too well for him, did it? Gary notices that Snorlax isn't super fast, and his weakness is fast Pokemon, so he sends out Scizor to finish the job. With just a few quick blows, Snorlax is out for the count. Ash pulls a fast one and uses Muck as a jelly shield, and none of Scizor's attacks can penetrate Muck besides Swift. Swift did barely the right amount of damage to send Muck back into the muck. Get it? Muck? As in Muck? Anyway, this is where you're gonna want to hold on to your Everstones because Gary has 3 remaining Pokemon, and Ash only has 1 Pokemon. This Pokemon is the one, the only Charizard! Yeah, you already know, it's about to go down, and it did. Scizor, you can't match the speed of Charizard, sit down. Golem? Golem who? Okay, now we're a little bit scared, I'll admit. Gary's Blastoise versus Charizard's Ash. You know it's gonna be good when you still got half the time left in the episode. Gary's like, oh crap, I gotta take this boy out fast. And Blastoise uses Hydro Pump right off the rip. But that doesn't phase Charizard. Of course, maybe that headbutt did a little bit of damage, but you know, not that much. Ash is now getting worried, and trust me, you want Ash to be worried because then he can pull out the dumbest crap ever like this. How about we just burn down the whole battlefield? Very good idea indeed. This works out somehow, and it worked out even better for Ash because then Charizard uses Hydro Pump to create a thick foggy layer for Charizard to disappear and get close to Blastoise. Now Charizard and Blastoise are doing whatever the heck this is. Like, are they trying to push so hard that the other one just falls over? Oh, you mean that's actually what they were doing? Gary's freaking out right now. Both are grabbing each other by the hands in a perfect position for Charizard to do a seismic toss, which is exactly what happens. After a classic climactic fog transition, both Pokemon are standing, but Charizard has wings. Blastoise doesn't, so he is forced to stay on the ground. Yeah! That's what you get when you mess with Charizard, baby! And if you love these kinds of videos and Pokemon, then make sure to join me and my Discord and chat with people who also love my videos and Pokemon. Click the link above.